Oh, I'm sorry. Pickles, did you have an intro for the new episode?
We're doing the 10-minute thing, not a new episode, right?
No, we're not doing a full episode. But Pickles clearly has some things he wants to say about it.
Okay.
So my favorite part about doing a new show is that we're gonna have to figure out a new intro, because
But
like
we're
I have
not-
it written.
we're not doing a new show. It's the exact same thing.
I know this is the 10-minute process, but I can't use "Thanks for opening up this stinking bag of weeb" because it's a different show.
I mean, you still could.
Thanks for opening up this stinking bag of hollow hearts. That sounds gross.
It sounded gross before, but I'm saying that you could still use the same intro with the bag of weed and whatnot. It's just not related to the name anymore.
So we are hollow hearts, but the podcast is still called Bag of Weeb.
No. The podcast is called Hollow Hearts because we are Hollow Hearts and we are the podcast. However, it's like when YouTubers name their audience. Our audience is the bag of weeb, or bag of weebs, sort of dealio. You know
So
what I
when
mean?
we say thanks for opening up this bag of weeb, we're referring to the audience. We're opening up our audience,
We'll open up
or is our audience opening our audience?
Why can't both be true?
That is true. We have not even considered a name that we can call the audience.
I think weeb is a very good start. Also, I think that the idea of us opening up our audience is both horrifying and disgusting. It fits into the After Dark version, and I think that the idea of
Hey. We're going to talk about swallow hearts in an actual episode.
and I again think that the audience opening up the audience is just a matter of time. I think we're gonna drive them insane.
That's fair. I think recording an actual episode and then recording our swallow hearts episode is definitely going to have to be a thing that does not get uploaded on Valentine's Day. You can swallow any time of day, baby. Any day of the year is what I meant.
Except for November.
Why can't we open up in November, baby?
You can't swallow in November. It's no nut November.
Or never stop nutting November.
I like the way you think.
I like the way the internet tagged it.
I mean, I feel like if we do our After Dark version, Swallow Hearts, it's going to be a lot of, like, standard talking about, like, hentai sort of thing.
Oh,
But-
yeah, definitely. That's the uncensored version.
Well, but I'm saying I feel like we should definitely have a Valentine's Day episode where we kind of find a way to make it a little more special, a little different. It's not just the standard, hey, let's talk about big titty goth girl getting fucked by some tentacles in this random episode of this random thing that somehow doesn't correlate to the rest of everything else.
Hey, I don't even think I can put that phrasing the way you put that in the episode non-swallow hearts. I feel like we'll get demonetized just right out the gate.
Was it the tentacles or the big titty goth girl?
Honestly, I think it's the combination they're in.
So if they were separated, you think
So if you just start the episode with big and then 20 minutes of the episode titty, and you just keep that going at the end tentacles, and then you're at the very end of the episode, the outro is there's a code in there. What's up, weebs? I know you're smart enough to see it. And then you get that fucking one dude. It's like, did you just? Clever.
did you just say big titty goth girl?
You say big titty goth girl and tentacles over the course of the episode in stupidly long form way,
We just didn't want to get demonetized, but I still wanted to put it in there because I thought it'd be funny.
which is great because I think just because you've said the words, I think there's just clusters of words that count as demonetized, and I think honestly any one of those could have done it, but without the full context, I think you're safe. I think just randomly looking the camera dead in the eyes and going tentacles means nothing.
I think just saying tentacles by itself could get us pretty demonetized, honestly. But I don't think saying goth girl. I think that's the least demonetizable thing in that sentence.
That's just objectifying, and honestly, I think we're a little okay with that here as a joke.
I mean, I'm black as fuck. I get objectified. It's my turn.
I just like being objectified. I don't.
I'm black and trans. I'm fucked. Get in line.
I mean, it's a very short line.
For now. My milkshakes will bring everyone to the
Until
yard.
those titties be popping, though. Once these titties come in, it's fucking over.
It's when the titties come in and I still have the face of a fucking troglodyte.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's a term for that. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, no, that's just straight up misogyny. Good old early 2000s misogyny.
All the white men are gonna come up and be like, "Fuck, you're a trap." I'll be like, "Thanks. You still wanna fuck?"
Well, that's for sure a thing we shouldn't say.
Yeah, it's a good thing this is a 10-minute thing.
If this is uploaded, this is like the shortest. Like, we upload it to Twitter just to be like, hey, we're working on a thing, and not anything real.
We just censor all the things that we think will demonetize us.
It's just a blank screen. Occasionally there's a word, titty. And then
No, see, that's how we do it. So we bleep out the fact that I brought that we had an entire like small assignment. We're talking about the big titty goth girl thing, right? Mm-hmm. And instead, what we do is that every once in a while, randomly, seemingly on the screen, it just says big titty goth girl, but like one word at a time. And then every other time when it's not saying that, it's just a black screen.
Power move. Random points in the episode, the audio drops. It goes black screen, and then it plays like this fucking classic movie thing with all the swirls around the side, and then it says titty. Yeah, and then it goes back to normal.
That's demonetization right there, I think.
Because putting the word titty on screen.
Yeah, I think so. I think for YouTube, if it's Twitch though, I think we could get away with it.
See, I think at some point during
fucking
this
imagine. Hang on, real quick. Just side note. Imagine a fucking podcast that is literally just live. It's just Twitch. We just do this live on Twitch. We don't even
I feel like that's just called interviews.
Yeah, but it's in a podcast format. We're talking like about things like it's a podcast. We're only streaming for like as long as we do a podcast, which is like an hour.
That fair, and then we don't have to edit a video. I mean, and by we, I mean me.
We already don't. That's the whole point of the podcast, right? So
that is true.
But like, I don't know anybody who's doing like live.
And we're already doing using OBS to do it. So it's only really like one slight sidestep away, and then it's honestly Twitch interface or Twitch overlays for doing this kind of stuff wouldn't be that crazy.
Yeah, we're just like one step removed from just live streaming this shit right now.
And then we just live stream once a week. We'd go on for an hour. We talk about a topic, and then we just call it good.
We live stream this once a week, and then we live stream our gaming shit.
There we go.
The rest of the week.
And then Hollow Hearts is the Twitch group thing that we do, and then Bag of Weeb just happens to be the name of the podcast, so I don't have to change the intro because that took more than 3 brain cells, which after 4 concussions in a year, I no longer have.
I still love the idea of calling our audience the Bag of Weebs.
Well, is it Bag of Weebs or is it Bags of Weeb?
I think that you, the one coming up with the disgusting, gross ways of bringing it up, can interchange it, and it'll work just fine.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue how I'm going to make that make sense. So, hey, thanks for opening up this stinky bag, you weebs. That just feels insulting, and I don't think we've reached such a rapport with our audience that we can just start calling them dweebs.
No, but I think that if we get an audience, it's going to be a niche few that are okay with being degraded by trans people that look a little too masculine now and hopefully won't later.
That's fair. This is meant to be a visual journey as well. I think the idea of it being a visual trans journey is like the only reason that we were okay doing the whole video format of this.
Yeah, I'm keep looking over at because I see movement because I keep moving my hand, and I'm looking over and I see me, and I'm like, that's what I look like.
You are the movement you see on the screen.
I don't like it.
That's fair.
Normally
when I can only look this way. It's either I look this way or I look at the bright light that is our fucking ring light right now. And I'm like, this is the better option. I'm just going to look over here and maybe the door frame.
It's totally weird because normally when I look at movement, it's either because I'm playing a game or it's because I'm streaming my VTuber model.
That's
right?
true.
And my VTuber model only sways back and forth, and so I'm seeing movement that isn't back and forth, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, it's me.
Okay, fair. See, okay, you said it, but now I'm thinking just doing a Twitch overlay might be better.
I don't.
The only problem is that the distance to the screen right now is too hard for us to have an open chat so we can see what chat is saying in case we need to respond to things.
That's what you use your phone for.
Shit, you're right. Is your phone right here? Because mine fucking isn't.
Yeah, your phone's in the kitchen. My phone's here. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, we wouldn't know until we opened chat or opened Twitch, and then we'd have to have an extra person on Twitch open, or an extra person to open Twitch and then look at it.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, I don't think that. I personally don't think that starting this new. I think we could definitively say that this is new now since we're finally starting it. I don't think it's gonna need to start it in Twitch.
No, you still think trying to do the YouTube video style of it and then trying to move into Twitch?
I think that I think we can both agree that we're inexperienced, right?
Absolutely.
And I think that because of that, I think that using the YouTube style that we've been doing, as for the bag of Weeb, not Hentai Heaven.
No, Hollow Hearts. If we say Hentai Heaven, we get demonetized. I'm pretty sure.
I think that we should use that as like testing ground. We need to learn, right? Because a podcast isn't just sitting on a couch having two dweebs just rant about some shit. There's more to it.
No, there's absolutely more to that.
So I think we need to learn that first, so that way we can learn. Because like streaming is a beast of its own, right?
Right.
And I haven't been streaming very much, but like I like a challenge. It's fun. I like learning this thing. It's fucking crazy, right? And it's a matter of we need to have a solid understanding of both different beasts to see if it's even like feasible to really bring them together.
I feel like we should do a test. We do one episode, whichever episode. I do still really want to get really mad about the Jujutsu game.
We should definitely do that.
I spent $80 on that game, and it pisses me off just to play it.
Well, that was your first mistake.
I wanted the deluxe edition because I wanted fucking Toji.
It's an anime fighting game, bud. It was never going to be good.
Yeah, but like most anime fighting games that I play with, it's like Bleach Soul Resurrection or fucking the Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles, fucking the Ninja Storm games, Budokai Tenkaichi games. It's like even if it's bad, I can still just play it, zone out, have fun, do a fuck off different thing. Like we played like 4 matches of Demon Slayer today, and I still feel good. Those are fucking solid matches.
You get actually fucked.
Yeah, those are fucking fun matches. But then like playing Jujutsu, it's not even just like I'm not familiar with the game. It's they tried to change too much. Like the closest engine-wise of like the like directional style of combat with the combo system that is arguably fucking gross right now is closer to like the One's Justice games. But even the One's Justice games, you can pick up, you can do it, and then you can be like, that was a good couple matches, and then dip. But you can't even do that in the Jujutsu game because it takes so much like brain power to play a character. Like fucking, if you're gonna play Yuji, you have to play them completely differently than you're gonna play fucking Megumi.
I mean, it feels to. I mean, I've only played a little bit of it, right? And it feels to me like it's just like very faint ideas of a few different like fighting games kind of crammed into one game that it kind of sort of technically in some weird aspect might kind of work in. Like I had mentioned when I was playing, it kind of felt like Dissidia, like NT, because of the tag combat. It felt like the old PSP dual tag team Dragon Ball game, which I played exactly once.
Tenkaichi Tag Team. Yeah, no, I played that once. No, I played it on an emulator once. I got like past the main menu, and then Goku's face showed up and my screen went black, and that was horrifying.
It's like the been drowned, but it's Goku.
Goku drowned?
Yeah,
your screen goes dark
drowned.
instead of you getting the whole, you've met a terrible fate, haven't you, with the masked salesman? Your screen just goes dark, and then in the distance you can see him, and then he just shows up, hey, I'm Goku! And then it's just, your screen goes black and you die.
Yeah, so am I talking to a ghost right now?
Easy. What?
No, but the JJK Cursed Clash, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
It's not a good game.
It's not good.
I don't mind that there's a level of thought that needs to be put into learning how to play a character, because to some extent that's how fighting games are, right? Any fighting game to some extent, because like even like the newer ones that streamline how to play them, like they streamline the fuck out of Street Fighter, and I adore it. Each character fights in a very specific way that you have to learn, right? You have to. It's not just a feeling. It's not just spam buttons. It's once you get into it, you have to learn how these characters move in order to figure out how the combos work, in order to string combos together, in order to effectively overpower your opponent, right? The problem with JJK is that it's not streamlined. It's from the very get-go, it's a complicated series of learn how to play this character. It kind of reminds me of like Mortal Kombat.
Okay, so thinking some thoughts here. I want to make some realizations. I guess part of I'm being unfair to Cursed Clash, mostly in that I am obsessed with those like anime arena style fighters. I've played so many of them for so many hundreds of hours. And then I guess I'm coming in with some unfair bias because I do like the Ninja Storm games and whatnot, and like I've loved those for years. And instead of Cursed Clash being just another anime fighter, it's like it's its own thing. So honestly, I should try to play it more. But on the other hand, it has such a small roster of usable characters. Like, not to say that like Tenkaichi 3 or Sparking Zero or fucking Ninja Storm Connections has like a reasonable size. No, there's too fucking many characters. But like there has to be enough characters that if you hit random and you get at one of 6 characters, you don't just go, "Ah, fuck me."
I mean, I think the biggest drawback for me is that there's no local versus.
Oh my god, no local versus is such a fucking disgusting decision. Like I bet so like
Like why? Like
so
I can understand the idea a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's a fucking arena fighter. Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you take that out?
And it's like you can go into the free battle settings and you can make it a 1v1. It doesn't have to be a tag team, but they also in the fucking first 3 chapters of the story like, "Oh yeah, no, there's an actual like functional way that you can set your NPC tag to like do stuff." Like and it teaches you that like press up on the D-pad and they'll be aggressive. They'll just use cursed energy without really thinking about it, and they'll just go for the combos. Do for cooperations, and they're more likely to use like open up for joint attacks and careful, I think, or cautious, and then they will more likely just hold guard or sidestep. It's a system that works, and I think doing a local versus with that, where like one of you has team set to fucking cautious and whatnot, and they're doing that, and you can do that back and forth, and that still works. Or just do a 1v1, which works in some regard, but if you're like us, and especially in the first few matches, you set the time to unlimited because you just want to fuck about, you have characters like Nanami whose strength increases the longer the round goes on, but that only works when there's a timer. But then, like, tag team doesn't work for Yuta, because Yuta requires a second person to get injured.
I was about to mention that,
yeah. Yeah, it's like, if you take out tag team, Yuta's useless. He's still a decent character on his own. I've played all the characters at least once at this point, but he's still a decent character on his own, but, like, you lose, like, 40% of his whole kit.
Also, I want to, real quick, just because I'm still seething from playing that game, what the fuck is wrong with newer anime fighting games staying so true to the original source material that there is one guaranteed, overpowered, broken, at least motherfucking unstoppable bullshit ass piece of shit character?
I don't think that's a new thing.
I disagree.
No, only because as far back as like, okay, so Ninja Storm 4, you had fucking Rinne, Path, Sasuke, and Naruto who could just fucking body most of the characters. You step back one to Ninja Storm 3, and that's the first time that we get like full Jinchuriki mode Naruto, and the first time that we really get Madara and Obito, and like they will body anyone because they are just built to just be faster, be stronger, and all this, and have all these different buffs that are going on with them just passively that makes them broken. Ninja Storm 2, you get Sage Mode Naruto, you get Susanoo Sasuke, and you get Pain. It's like it's not a new thing. Hey, Pain.
Almighty Push is broken, but I'm not trying to say, like, I don't disagree because it's not new. I disagree because in other fighting games, like, we'll use Budokai Tenkaichi Storm, right? Because those are 2 games that are renowned for having broken, really strong characters, because that's how the story went, right?
Yeah.
Like, UI is still one of the most broken characters in literally any game it's in, and that's unstoppable, right?
Tenkaichi 3 had Z Broly, who had, like, fucking Omega Blast, which could fucking one-hit any character that wasn't deemed main character for health pool.
Yeah, exactly, right? It makes sense to some degree, but the difference is that with those characters, you still have a fighting chance. Or at least it feels like you do. Like, if you play just a little more cautiously, you might come out on top. Or if you play a little more aggressively, you might, take away half their health pool before they just body slam you. Even like in Naruto, I fucking hate that game because I'm so bad at it. But like, I still feel like I have a fighting chance, even against the most broken versions of Naruto and Sasuke, even against Kaguya. But in this, it doesn't feel. So it's not all of them, but in some more recent ones, it feels like there is at least one character because of story who's just really broken, and it's cool. It's fun. It's nice to see. It's having fun and whatnot. But like, it doesn't change the fact that, like, for example, I did a bunch of matches of JJK,
so fucking
and I
stupid.
set the opponents to Sakura and Gojo because hee hee ha ha, most recent manga chapters. Well, that was a mistake.
That was a fucking mistake. You did not clear a round and remove more than one of their health pools at any given time.
It's like, it's cool to have a tag team, and it's cool to have like different characters be able to do different things, to kind of fill in the gaps for tag teams and make it kind of unique and special, and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I could talk about this forever. Okay. Point being, however, is that Gojo could do literally everything any other character could do, including teleport across the goddamn map like
That was some bullshit.
Toto, right? That's stupid. And both Sakura and Gojo have one move at least that takes away all of your health, and it's not their all, and they both happen to be red, and they both look almost exactly the same. And Sakura's supposed to be able to deal damage to his teammate, but I saw him hit Gojo once, and it didn't do anything because guess what? Gojo just doesn't get hit at all by anything randomly because he's the main fucking character.
Oh my god. Fucking okay, so like I am too ADHD and too smooth brain to play Cursed Clash for the most part because, like, I can't imagine having to play in an online match right now.
I would love to see that.
Piss me off to no end. Because, like, not only do you have to know how to play your character, you have to know how your tag team plays. But on top of that, you have to also know how your opponent and their tag team plays. And it's like, if you don't have all of these fucking, like, command lists just memorized in your fucking brain, fucking Yuji's gonna come in with a fucking stone throw to roundhouse combo, and you're gonna be like, I have no fucking clue what these buttons are. And you're still trying to, like, fucking, I played 4 matches with Toto yesterday, and, like, at one point got so mad I looked at the command list and, like, sat there in silence and just read it. And realized, wait a goddamn second, his circle, if you can, like, whap him, you can chain it to just boogie woogie and just immediately hit him in the face. And Toto is made to do combos where he keeps, like, pushing them away, teleporting in, pushing them away, teleporting in, and doing all that. Except, and you got really loud about it, and that is, you have every right to, the fucking iframes on knockdown.
So first off, just to briefly talk about you and your having to mention the whole fucking command list. I remember, welcome to fighting games. That's what that is. Every single fighting game, that's what that is. I get it. Believe me, I do. I want to be good at fighting games. I'm not. It pisses me off. That's what it is. However, yeah, iframes don't work the same way in this game that they do in other fighting games. Because it theoretically speaking, in other fighting games, you only get iframes after you've hit the ground, after you have been hit, right? If someone, I can't think of an example right now, but some characters in some fighting games can do an attack, and it won't knock you down, therefore you won't have iframes. So they can just do one punch, and you won't have iframes, and they can continue to hit you, because the point is it's supposed to do a combo. But at the end of a combo, usually there's a sort of heavy-hitting attack. That heavy-hitting attack is meant to send you flying to some degree to give you distance and give you iframes when you hit the ground, so that way you can get back up and then try to fight back. Of course, if you're good at a fighting game, you'll learn how to circumvent that. It sounds like Toto's supposed to some degree. Sure. However, in JJK, the problem is that they get launched so absurdly far, and most characters don't have a proper follow-up, that it doesn't matter.
Also, can we talk about the fact that the middle school map, the first map that you're really, like, shown how to fight on in the story, and the default map in free battle, starts you on 2 opposite sides of the building. The NPCs will always go to the fucking top of the building. And, like, the first couple matches, before you figure out how to actually, like, move around the map, you're like, well, fuck now. Well, come down here. And then you just try to jump up, or you try to do some kind of guided attack up there, and you always, like, hit just enough that you're like, how the fuck are they up there? And Gojo gets creative mode. I just
And
love
then you have to knock him down and then get back up and then jump back up and you gotta rinse and repeat. But then he does hollow purple on your ass. And you're like, well, what the fuck
you
is the
haven't
point
even
of that?
seen Hollow Purple. I
Yeah, it was just red, hollow red, vibrant red,
Universal red.
Fucking pussy red.
Gross. No, okay. I did.
Hey, real quick, Gojo's a goddamn cuck.
Gojo's a cuck. Had to spend an hour and a half last night in training mode with only 3 characters, so I could figure out what the fuck their combo strings are supposed to be, but also how their buttons are supposed to actually have things. Cause yes, the command list tells you what they do, but they're not. But there's no decent way to really parse what they're written saying, and then what you're doing. Cause I played Gojo, so Gojo's blue. You can hold it, and then it will kind of spawn forward.
So bad. Yeah, so bad because it holds your opponent in place, which is really bad in a tag team, especially against someone who could do fucking pussy ass red and chunk half your health.
Yeah, and then red is fucking weird because he starts with his finger up, and it's just that red ball on top of his finger, and if he lets go, then it's just a burst around it. It's just reversal red immediately in his vicinity. But if he holds it, he'll drop it to his hand and then push it forward, and it'll be this fucking invisible collision that just goes forward. Destroys projectiles, throws people.
Yeah. So it does so much. It's crazy. And then Sukuna has one, but the only difference I can see between Gojo and Sukuna doing it, because they did it back to back to me. Fucking hate both of them, by the way. Is that Sukuna's is the only one that actually damaged the environment in any way.
Yeah.
But it looked exactly the same otherwise.
Yeah, and then he's got his fucking setup. I have to read it again because it's so annoying. His setup goes from cleave to dismantle. But then, fucking, I think at certain stage when he's leveling up his cursed, and when he gets enough cursed energy, he just does the flaming arrow thing, which, what the fuck? He's still wearing his fucking original outfit from inside Yuji's brain. You can get more outfits as the game goes on, but mostly you get inside Yuji's brain or Yuji no shirt. Is the outfit that you get for him. So there's really no relevance to Shibuya, which is the only time he does that.
I mean, he doesn't do enough before Shibuya has an attacks for a fighting game, I think. I think that Shibuya is around the time that he started showing more of his arsenal, so it does make a little bit of sense.
Yeah, but it's
because he's not like Gojo. He's not like, oh, I'm the biggity best of them, so I'm just gonna flex on everybody by just raining down purples on everyone all the time.
He doesn't do it through the whole. Also, I got 1 purple, and I could not do it in a real match. I had to do it in a training environment to figure out the fuck I'm supposed to do. You get you get first stage, you get second stage, you get third stage, you get fourth stage for Gojo and all them, and then you can either use domain expansion, which domain expansions are fucking wild. You have to pin them in place and then hold L2 R2 to begin opening your domain, and you have to wait until it completely opens.
I just realized I never once saw a domain while I was playing.
No.
I was fighting 2 people that have domains, and I didn't once see it.
I know that I don't know that Sukuna does it in the same way that other people do, but I have to try again. I know Mahito does it, but his is also weird because for Gojo, when he does it, he opens the space and then grabs, and they're stunned, and then you can just keep fucking wailing on them while your cursed energy comes back. For Mahito, you do perfect evolution or whatever the fuck it was called, and then you're just in this bubble. It's not a very small bubble either. It's the size of a regular fighting game stage, but it's I need to see a Mahito do that so I can see what that's supposed to look like from the outside, because we were fighting in this one stage with all these pillars and stuff, and then I used the fucking domain expansion for Mahito, and the stage was arguably bigger inside the domain, but I need to see from the outside what the fuck that's supposed to look like, because do we just disappear from the field? Because if so, that's not how domain expansions work inside the world of JJK. But if it's just there, this stage that I've made is just about as big as the real stage. There's just this fucking black spot that, as far as I know, they could just bust the fuck on into.
I'm super sad because I was super excited to play Maki. Because
oh my God,
she's the only character in JJK that's got the coolest gimmick, in my opinion. and I wanted to use her whole arsenal of weapons because, that'd be cool. It'd be fun. And she uses at least a couple before the Shibuya arc, and then during the Shibuya arc, she uses, more, and it's sick. But
we even
no.
know of 3 weapons she uses before Shibuya arc even. Because like, if we just go with the intro into, like, the Kyoto school? Was it Kyoto?
I don't remember the names of most of the arcs.
The fucking school tournament, because she has the glaive or the puodao, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to start with. That is what she's known for. That's what she uses in the game. But then she also steals Miwa's katana when she goes to fight her sister. So, like, that's a second weapon she also has.
But she also has the other sword, too. She had a second sword that she brings out when fighting the plant thing.
That's Miwa's katana. She stole it and kept going.
No, the one with the like fur off the handle.
Oh shit!
She used that against that, but that was before Playful Cloud.
Yeah, but then, I can't remember that one. But I
don't know what its name is. So she's got she has 3 cursed weapons that she used before the Shibuya incident. But she has, I don't think Mia's was a cursed weapon. It was just a sword.
No, Mia's is just a katana.
Yeah,
so then you've got fucking. But point still stands. You've got Pudao, Miwa's katana, or the cursed sword, whatever that fuck that one is, and then
Demon Dweller.
Cloud. Sure. And then Playful Cloud, but instead they did note it to she uses the Pudao for the whole match, except for her ult where she uses Playful Cloud and then goes right back to her main weapon.
Which is really weird because she doesn't actually use Playful Cloud that much in the anime. But hey, I'm not gonna complain. I love seeing my girl use Playful Cloud.
Which they even talk about, which is so annoying because they're like, the reason that Playful Cloud is really strong because it eats your cursed energy, and the more cursed energy you give it, the stronger it is. And she has fucking none. So for her, they're just a trifold staff.
Yeah, but she's got the Asta treatment. It's really cool.
She still wails hard. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Also, I just want to point out that the favorite part of playing the JJK Curse class game was watching the new Suicide Squad game and watching them call out at a Deathstroke for being black and not white. That was my favorite part about playing JJK.
I'm so mad that I had more fun watching the first 15 minutes worth of cutscenes for Kill the Suicide Squad than I had for the 4.5 hours I played Curse Clash and was just mad.
I feel like when I started playing Curse Clash, you had your opinions on it, but they weren't mine. They weren't super negative or anything. They were like, oh, it's just an anime fighting game, whatever. Because that's kind of just what it felt like. And then as I kept playing, it got increasingly more frustrated. You were like, hey, wait on a whole fucking minute. This just fucking sucks.
Yeah. Wait a minute, this game is garbage. I was like, no, I can excuse it. I can excuse it. I am mad playing it. This was last night after you went for work. I was like, I'm playing it. I'm trying to play the story. They do the fucking bullshit fucking PNG cutscene thing where they just take fucking slideshow images of moments from the anime.
Yeah, I saw that a little bit.
And then just clicky clacky put words over it and call it good. And then a fight starts.
I mean, you don't need to reanimate all of the story for JJK because most people who were playing the game have already seen it. So, I mean, I could excuse that. Whatever.
But it's also and then there's random points where they do have in-engine stuff that they did, which looks fine. Granted, the models are gross. Fortnite Gojo.
They all look like they're from fucking Fortnite. It's so weird.
It's so bad. But then
the shading is wrong, which is really weird to say because shading is darker colors, but everyone in JJK wears black. So
everyone in JJK wears black, and then they have slightly different vibes about them. Except they all basically wear black and have blue shading on them. Except Gojo, he's purple. Fuck off. I don't know.
Nobara looks actually disgusting.
Nobara just
ripped
looks
straight
like
from Fortnite.
Yep.
The most Fortnite-looking motherfucker for no reason. I hope they give just a free update that's an animation update. Because, I mean, aside from the models, when you're choosing your characters, and the fact that the game pisses me off to no end, it's pretty. They did a good job making it look really pretty. All the attacks are very satisfying to get off when you do successfully do that. It's very rare.
The one combo that exists, and that's only if you hit square repeatedly.
I was really good at playing Inumaki, and that's just because he was the only one that had a follow-up. His triangle was the only one out of all the characters I played that actually just dashed full set, dashed the full length to hit again, so they couldn't recover because they didn't hit the ground. Because every combo, every base combo, every square is a combo, and all it does is just send them flying afterwards.
Yeah, and then it sends them flying. Then they hit the ground, and then by the time that you use your fucking L1 or something to dash towards them to like continue the fight, they have like a full 4-second get up animation, and then another 1.5 of just being invulnerable.
Yeah, what's up with that? Why is
But
it?
then they have like that full 2.5 of being invulnerable instead of like being invulnerable and like picking themselves up, where they can immediately then turn around and just backhand you.
Yeah, why is it so long? What's up with
I
that?
don't know. It's so fucking long. And like
I feel
for
like a bunch of
characters-
children made this game.
Yeah, and for like characters like Sukuna, who's already broken, but that's Sukuna, who on his square has armor. Well, he
Yeah,
just
he's
goes,
got,
but
he's got
then
super armor, and then Gojo has entire moments where he just doesn't get hit.
yeah,
It's like, what? And they're the only two.
and the wind up for fucking Sukuna's goddamn square is he just goes hit, and then if you're like in a vicinity, it's like it has range. He'll just yeet you, which the wind up for that is just about as long as it takes for him to get the fuck up. So he can get up, immediately throw you, and immediately follow up.
That's so. This game, bad. I don't.
This game bad.
1 out of 10. This is an official review from Hollow Hearts. 1 out of 10. Don't play.
1 out of 10, bad game.
This game is going to be. It says something that I could definitively say 100% without fail. I will enjoy this game so much more when I'm high.
Yeah. No,
I'm not
I
going to
think-
get
I think
angry when I'm high.
I think getting fucked up and playing this game in a way that you don't have to, like, playing it sober, you're like, okay, I got to get Nanami's fucking ratio off in the correct timing. I've got to make sure that they're not too far away so I can actually use Boogie Woogie with Toto.
Also, why is... I get it. I do. They want to, like, stay canon to, like, the story and whatnot. And it's fine for the most part. It pissed me off with Demon Slayer because, oh, demons don't have partners, so you can't partner. It's a fucking fighting game. Shut the fuck up.
Just let me
But,
try.
like, why is Nanami's fucking 3/4 gimmick a thing that you have to activate? Why can't it just be an ability? Why is it got to be something you have to manage? That doesn't make any sense.
Don't give me a QTE in an anime fighting game in the midst of the fight. It's one
And
thing.
not
if
even
it's
like a
cutscene.
proper QTE. It's like a, oh, by the way, here's a hidden QTE that lasts like 3 seconds. Have fun.
It's
Good
not
luck.
even 3 seconds. It's a 1/4 second where you go hit, and then if you don't like the command list, you have no fucking clue what the fuck that's for. You just go ratio because he's doing the thing. That's cool. That's funny. I like that. And then you look at the list and you're like, I'm supposed to press a button in that exact 1/4 second moment I register. There's an image there.
Anybody who mains Nanami will probably be able to kill literally everybody.
Yeah. Anybody who mains Nanami is going to be the most stalling motherfucker if they want to just hit you with the like strongest damage burst. They'll just be like, yeah, no, I'll just keep like knocking you back or whatever, let you get up, knock you back again. And the moment time hits fucking overtime for them, they're just going to eat you.
Oh, the other thing, I don't know if it was just because I fight Gojo for most of the goddamn fight, because, God, I was doing that. It feels like attacks just don't hit, like, properly, because it feels like some attacks just don't deal damage, period. And I can only say that because there's no way Gojo would have been able to activate his bullshit where he just doesn't get hit when he's on the ground or, like, in the air. And, like, I would
Yeah.
hit him, and it just doesn't seem to take health. It doesn't seem to do damage. It's kind of like the Dissidia, like the original Dissidia, like, idea where, like, you have 2 different ways of attacking that do 2 different things. One of them does damage, the other doesn't, but unlike in Dissidia, it doesn't feed into each other, right?
Yeah.
The one attack that doesn't do damage doesn't make the one attack that does do damage deal more damage. It's just like well, you're not really dealing damage for literally no fucking reason. Have fun
Yeah.
with that one.
Nah, the bravery system was fucking wild for that. I love it. And honestly, the bravery system should have been included in more things. It's such a good system.
Yeah, but it couldn't be. That being said, though, my favorite moment, 100%, getting Rita. Full stop. Playing Yuta and getting Rita out, that was sick. And, like, having her fight
Yeah.
with me, that was really
Rika?
cool. Rika? Am I saying it wrong?
You're saying Rita.
Oh, well,
Like she's a fucking 40-year-old suburban mother.
Uh,
Yeah, you also said I'm glad your girlfriend died when Yuta kept getting knocked back.
yeah, because I was angry.
You get really mean, not necessarily to the people you get mean to the people you're fighting, but you also just got mean to the characters you were playing.
Yeah, because fucking he wouldn't recover. He wouldn't get up in time. When he did get up, Gojo was like, hey, let me just slap your pee-pee. And then his pee-pee would be 500 feet away from him. I couldn't do anything. Gojo had like a sliver of health and I couldn't hit him. It was just frustrating. It's like, yeah, I'm happy your girlfriend died. She's better off without you.
Also,
Fuck
the
you.
tutorial for the game is like if you do the story tutorial, It's like a single kind of fight with Gojo where they go through the like basics of what you have to teach someone in an anime fighting game. Like, oh, you use this button to move, you jump, you dash, and here are your face buttons that do attack. Oh, careful though, if you tilt some of those face buttons, they do other things.
To do different attacks.
You do different attacks, and then you build cursed energy, and you can do that. Where the fuck was the tutorial for any other character types? They only teach you Yuji, who, in the fucking canon of Jujutsu, is an arguably terrible Jujutsu sorcerer. He just throws hands, and it expects you to just immediately go from this tutorial, and like 2 episodes later, you play as a different character, and you're supposed to be like, yes, I will throw hands.
Yeah, no, it's every character feels so wildly different, and like it does not in a good way. Like again, Street Fighter 6 redid how they do combat, right? It's great. I love that game. It was so much fun. It's so pretty. Got my main. He's a drunk, and I love him. Every character feels different, but the combos are like the same to a degree, right? It's like but like they're not. Also, if that makes any sense, it's complicated. But like everybody in JJK is so wildly different, and not like an intuitive, fun way, and like a very frustrating. Like
the game requires you do homework in order to understand how to play a match.
Yeah, get fucked if I'm going to do that. I'm already in college. I'm not doing more homework than I absolutely have to. Like seriously, I'm here to play a game and have fun. This isn't fun. It's like playing an FPS. I fucking hate FPSs. I'm not good at FPSs. They just piss me off. I'm not here to play JJK Cursed Clash because I want to do math for fucking non-enemies 3/4 bullshit myself. I'm playing JJK Cursed Clash so I can do the hee hee ha ha punch Sukuna in the face with a pink hair twink.
I want to hit Black Flash and feel rewarded for it and like build up my energy and be clever and be like, oh, am I going to do a super attack? No. Oh. And not feel like I have to like plan 5 minutes ahead of time in order to actually play this character.
Against a PC that's already 7,000 steps ahead of you because it's a goddamn computer.
And that was on normal.
On normal.
Like I set it to weak just because I'm like, okay, I'll set it to weak and see what that is. No.
Hollow purple.
No. It's like, I do not dare see what is above normal. If there is like a strong, I'll be like, haha, how bad do I get punched? If there is a level beyond strong, Sukuna comes out of the computer and just chokes you. It's like, this is the only logical conclusion. Is they just come out and they just Monica just slap you across the face.
That would be arguably more enjoyable because at least then I'd be dead. I don't have to experience this travesty.
I will say after this, though, I will keep trying to play the game at least a bit.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's like maybe there's just something that is like blocking me from like figuring out the game, and there's gonna be a moment where I'm like, it's actually kind of easy, and I'll figure that out, or I'm just gonna do what people in fighting games do and find a main and only ever learn that character's bullshit and never touch another character.
That's how that goes. Yeah, you should do that. I guess if you're gonna keep playing, I would suggest doing that honestly, because at this point it's either you learn how to play that one character, or you spend way too much time trying to learn how to play the game, and the game itself is flawed. The characters are flawed because of the game. The game itself is flawed. Period.
True. Also, there's a gear system, but I don't think. But it's like I have not seen that gear system become relevant, and I think it's only for multiplayer,
which is really bad. That's a really bad system.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be only applicable in like online multiplayer. That's so stupid because then it's like pay to win at that point.
You have currency that you get in game that you have to grind for in an exorbitant. Like I have like 26,000 after doing several levels in the story mission and then several free battles, and I don't have enough to buy one cosmetic in that store.
It's like the gear you get in like the Naruto games, because you can buy gear in the shops to help.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like customization to make them look different. It's like actual like items that you can use like in combat, but the difference is that you can use it offline. That's the whole point, is that you can do offline and online. It's not just, hey, online, have fun, be better than everyone, or don't. That's up to you, pussy. It's fucking. JJK should just have like a. I played an old Naruto game on PSP back when I had a PSP back in the day.
Wait, hold on. There's only a couple on PSP. I'm gonna say it was Kizuna, the Kizuna Drive game.
No, I don't think so. I can't remember its exact name, but it was just a tower climb game. It was just climb the tower.
Oh, okay.
It was had like over 100 floors. I beat that entire game in a day. I was so excited to have it for no reason. It was a dumb game. It was super simple. I just guilty pleasures, right? JJK should have that. JJK would immensely profit from that. JJK has a fucking phone game, and I don't think it has that. By the way, I would love to play the JJK phone game because I can guarantee that will be infinitely better than this fucking travesty.
I would rather play a phone game.
Like, don't get me wrong, JJK wouldn't benefit from any other type of game. Arena Fighter is the best for JJK because Yuji throw hand, Yuji main character. However, this is not how you do that. You couldn't make an MMO out of JJK. You couldn't make a fucking RPG out of JJK. It wouldn't work. You couldn't make a fucking you can make a puzzle-solving game out of literally anything.
There is a style of game that I think JJK would be better suited for.
If you say a head tag game, you're right. Otherwise, get the fuck out.
I was gonna say fighters, specifically the 2D style combo string adjacent fighters, where characters' abilities are ingrained in their combos, or like fighters that you don't necessarily have a radial, but you have like fucking Hadoken and Kamehameha shit that you can use those things. So if it was a true side-to-side fighter, I think First Class should be fine.
I mean, I think that would, probably. I mean, I can't say probably because they fucked up the arena. They fucked up the arena fighter. They could fuck up the 2D fighter easily. That's not hard. Fighters just happened to do a remarkable job until GT Goku came out, and then the fusions. And I could talk about that all day. Fuck those guys.
Yeah,
but like
some guy in Bondi, Jesus Christ. Some guy in Bondi, when they were like, how do we do a Jujutsu game? Instead of being like, well, I mean, we've made successful games out of fucking Ninja Storm. We made fucking One's Justice. We did fucking Hinokami Chronicles. And functionally, they work. They're not great. They all have their own flaws. But functionally, as a game, they work. You have two characters. You maybe have a backup. You do a thing. You've had the fight. You're done with the fight. But one motherfucker, and I don't know his name or her name, gender inclusivity.
Jared
stood up in that office and like, what if we do team lives? Tag team. That's the whole game. I want you dead, Jared.
I don't think it's a bad idea that they tried the tag team thing. Honestly, I think it's something that could work. It's just really hard to do, right? And I'm all for different kinds of games doing different kinds of things. I fucking love gaming. I love playing different kinds of games. It's crazy, right? They just didn't do a good job. And I think it's just because it's really hard to do. Like, I think, I don't, by any means, think that One's Justice is a good fucking game. I think it's a shit fucking game. I think One's Justice and One's Justice 2 should just burn. They're trash. However, I could have fun playing them by playing fucking Mayhatsune
and fucking netting. God.
At least that game, at least some part of that game is fun, right? Right. I could do stupid bullshit shenanigans and I could smile about it. Or like with Demon Slayer earlier, I could get competitive and like enjoy the fact that I got my ass kicked. Or just throwing that around over and over again to piss you off just because you're gonna beat me.
There's got to be something in the game that you can cling to that is like, I am having fun, regardless of the actual station of this game. I am fucking try hard moding Gyutaro versus Tengen and actually sweating, and I kind of have to pee, but if I blink, I will die.
It was so. It reminded me of when we got high and played Smash Bros. And it was I was playing Sora. I can't remember who you were playing, but we were
Sephiroth.
Sure yeah. Was it that the long one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the long match where you just wouldn't go down, but neither would I. We were like way too close.
It's like when you you hit that flow and you're like, I am here, I'm winning. That's the fun in the game. But A, they took out local versus. B, it's not a fun game. There's not enough there. There's nothing that I can attach to that I'm like, yeah, this game is pissing me off, but at least there's just none of that. It's just I am getting bullied. And if I wanted to get bullied, I could have just stayed on Twitter.
I, real quick, just want to specify that, but it doesn't have local versus. I mean that it is 2-player locally online because it's a tag game, but not against your friend locally versus.
I looked at the PlayStation Store. Only 1 player. That game is only 1 player, but you can have up to 4 online.
All right, I said corrected. That's really bad.
Yep.
Anyways, nothing about that game is fun. Like, the most fun part about that game, which I usually cling to in these games, because, like, I don't think anime fighting games are usually all that good. There are a couple exceptions. Budokai Tenkaichi, the Storm series is good enough. That's not a very high bar, but it's good enough, right? But most other ones are like mediocre at best, and I play them because they're mediocre. Like I'm pissed off with Demon Slayer because I can't put stupid funny demons with stupid fucking humans, right? That's just a dumb idea. I don't know why you would do that, but hey, it's a pretty fucking game. It is genuinely beautiful.
Oh yeah, the fucking ults like Shinobu's ult and the fucking butterfly dance.
Yeah.
Is so pretty.
My favorite ult in the entire game will forever be the first time Tanjiro? Is that his name? Tanjiro? I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just
Tanjiro uses
sun.
the Hinokami Kagura Rising Sun attack on the train, and they got the fucking graphic to be almost exactly the same as in the anime, and the way he screams.
Yeah.
It's
And
so
that is
like
perfect.
genuinely good.
And that is staying true to your material and not sacrificing because of it. It's still good. It's fun. And like as we were finding out earlier, if one person is playing a demon and one person is playing a slayer, you need that fucking backup.
Yeah, you really need it. It's crazy because you need to get out of jail free because demons are crazy strong.
Pickle, do you have opinions on Demon Slayer? Oh, that has to be sonically uncomfortable.
Do you have thoughts?
Sir, are you aware you're a cat?
Oh, he ran away.
I don't think he's comfortable with the idea of a
Cat
cat.
break.
Great.
Anyway,
Anyway.
JJK is just through and through not the most entertaining thing for me. Is there are two. There are two things I genuinely enjoy about the JJK fighting game. Right now, I don't know if I'm gonna touch it again. I probably will when I'm high because I can't say no when I'm high. Are the music? Music's genuinely good.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. It's not even like I haven't heard any music that's from the anime. It's just new music, genuinely good. And everything looks very pretty.
Yes.
All the not the models. The models look like shit.
Models are gross.
But the attacks look very pretty. The ults look very, very nice. They're fun to watch. Very hard to pull off, but like it's like the Naruto style ult where like it's not easy to pull off because you have to because it has a whole fucking like animation before it fucking like it has to like collide with the person, so it's like a whole animation that they have like way too long to like dodge or like block. But like so it's like hard to get off. But once you get it off, it's really pretty. You know, it's like and the arenas are like way too big in JJK. The only fucking arena I played, I've played fucking jumping from that to like Demon Slayers. Like everything's so compact. Like we had 2 whole like rounds with like 2 different people we were playing, right? Where we just dash at each other over and over again. We just were relentless because the fucking map is so small.
Right.
You can't do that in JJK.
And force you into a fight. Whereas in JJK, they're so big that there's so much room between you guys that you can just kind of like hang out for a minute. But then you have characters like Maki, who, if she is not directly in the fight, is just boned. Because she doesn't have cursed energy, so she only builds up that combo meter as she goes for the straight gauge. And then if she's out of combat for too long, it's fucking useless. But you can't just be in combat, otherwise your health is fucking done for.
Especially against like Gojo and Sukuna. Maki is very much a unit that they definitely stayed true to the source material for, which is I don't think is a bad thing. I think it can be done and be done well. However, in this instance, it sure shit wasn't. Because she is fucking pathetic.
I need to see how they handle DLC, and I need to see how they handle. I have not
I'm gonna pay like $300 for DLC, and it's gonna be just what's his nuts?
It's gonna be young Gojo, young Geto, and Toji.
No, it's just gonna be Toji. It's only Toji.
I would cry.
But you'll get all the outfits on unlock. You won't have to go buy those.
That's good.
Yeah.
I guess.
And he's just gonna be a better that's a problem with this game is that I can already tell that Toji's gonna come out 100%, and it's just gonna be a better Maki. Why is it gonna be better? Because he's just gonna hit harder. He's gonna be able to be more aggressive, and that's genuinely depressing.
Okay, I'm gonna say it now. I think his like main functions are mostly gonna be hand-to-hand stuff for his like square and his triangle. His circle, I don't think circle and directional, but his circle is just gonna be a gun, and his ult is gonna be the Spear of Heaven. But that's only his ult.
100% the ult's gonna be the fucking spear that he like tried to use against Gojo, and I'm gonna be so upset because we're gonna see that like collide.
And yeah, it's only going to be the one that he tries to use on Gojo at the end. It's not going to be the time that he actually used it because they're not going to be willing to like show you how bad the models are by plunging a fucking knife into them.
Yeah, it's just gonna be the chained one, which is really sad. Because we're gonna see it like work, and it's not gonna like look right. It's not gonna feel right. I fucking hate it when anime games do that. It's like, oh, well, think of it as like a what if. And like I'm cool with like what ifs, but like if the what if is just an alt that is just a thing they tried to do in the original series and then failed doing for whatever reason, but they succeeded this, it's not fun. It's not creative. It's bullshit.
There are very few times where I think that one is acceptable and good. And again, fighters. When Perfect Cell does the like actual perfect plant destroying Kamehameha wave, and then we actually see it like what the damage it could have done was, and that's how you end the fight, that's good.
That's a good point.
But like, yeah, if Toji just lands that fucking attack that he whiffed at the end, then A, how the fuck do you know? But B, and
it's not going to feel nearly as like, because I want to say that it's not going to feel very good because there's not as much build up.
Also, the game does not reward you waiting or using ults at the end. Like,
yeah,
you don't get finishing cut-ins. Every time that you finish a skill, even if you like are mid-skill and your partner dies, you just get this awkward slow-mo pull in on the character that's dying. Like, I've done it several times where it's like mid-combo, they've technically hit the defeat. So they're just like, while your character's like.
Also, I'm super angry that not every single character has a special like start match thing, because all the characters for the most part like interact with each other.
Yeah.
Or at least most of the characters. Like,
and,
I'm
like,
so pissed off that Maki and Nobara don't have one. They before the Shibuya incident, which is like I think the most recent thing that happened in the anime, they did fucking training together. They bonded. They're besties. Well, fuck you.
And it's like, it's one thing if you have like the Ninja Storm games, the Tenkaichi games, maybe they don't all have very specific intro dialogues for either the person they're with or the person they're fighting. When you have such a small roster, like in Cursed Clash, because it's only like 16 maybe characters at most.
Most of them are fucking trash.
Most of them are trash, unfortunately. But they also could just, I don't know, talk.
Like the fucking volcano dude. The plant
like
thing.
Jogo and Hanami, I guess. They have one.
The brothers.
Oh
shit,
fucking,
Chozo.
That would be cool to put in.
No, he'd be weak as shit. He does exactly one thing. He doesn't do anything else. He does exactly one thing so
and
hard.
It's like, okay, so that's what that's the thing that's pissing me off. It's like you can it's like scaling really, really broken characters in games like these. You can either lean into that they're broken and then no one will ever want to play against them, or if someone plays that character in a thing, you're immediately like, oh fuck that guy. But
yeah,
then,
like 2B and Soul Calibur.
Yeah, but then you get like better fighting games. Again, Fighters is an absolutely fantastic anime fighter because Yamcha can kick Goku's ass.
Yeah, until GT. Fusions.
Well, they fixed the hitbox issue for GT.
Yeah. That's
but
one of three.
The fusions are still gross.
I can't believe they let that be a thing. Fucking that they would have learned from Yoda.
They really dropped fusions and then a broken 21 and they're like, yeah, we're good anyway, deuces.
Yeah, God, 21 does so much damage. I love her. But like the fusions,
do you have opinions?
It's weird. Fusions are meant to be broken. That's the whole point. It's just, yeah, Pickles? Cat break? No?
Pickles says no cat break. I gotta say though, one of my favorite parts about this.
My favorite part about JJK is Pickles.
That's true. I'm gonna look over there. That thing's gonna be closer to an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, we just kind of
roll through this.
We just kind of the whole beginning bit where we were like committing to the 10-minute thing and just upload the JJK talking bit. I think
that's fair. I think
honestly,
just uploading this as a video is gonna be what I do, and then I'll just on my own record a quick disclaimer thing in the beginning or something.
I mean, you got to cut out the beginning because we did say some things that shouldn't be posted online because we were committing to the 10-minute thing.
That is true. We were. I also think we were technically swearing within the first like 2 minutes of the episodes, which
I mean, I personally don't care if we swear.
No, on YouTube though, it's a big no-no.
If you want monetization, we're not trying to get monetized.
Tell you what, good point. We have like 5 subscribers. I don't think we're getting monetized in anytime soon.
Yeah, well, they're all friends. Well, 4 soon.
So unless they want to donate money.
3 of them live with us.
That is true. All right, I'm gonna stop this fucking recording now. I think food's almost ready. Ugh.
Woo, food.
Ooh, food.